Good morning, everyone. I am not sick, I am just cold. And the maths don't care about your feelings. So, here, let's go. We got an 8x8 grid colored in black or white. And in the starting position, we have that this square is white and the rest are black for you blind ones. And then we are allowed in one move to switch all the colors in one row or one column as we choose. And the question is, can we make all squares white? Now, to do this, we do kind of an invariant, but before we do that and before we figure out what our invariant should be, we first must think about our options here. Okay, what actually happens when we switch all the colors in a column? Well, if we start out with 0 whites, all blacks, then obviously every square, we go from 8 blacks to 8 whites. And then if we then choose to count all the white squares as ones and the black squares as zeros, then we would therefore go from 0 to 8. Our move would increase the amount of white squares on the board by 8. So if there are 0 whites, that gives like a plus 8 whites. And if there is 1 white, then we move from 1 white to 7 whites. So therefore we get a plus 6 whites. And then 2 then obviously gives, because when 2, then we go from 2 to 6, so that gives plus 4 whites. And maybe you should see the pattern here. And then if we have 4, then 4 becomes 4, so that doesn't make any difference. So that gives, yeah, I can write plus 0. And then 5 then gives minus 2, and 6 gives minus 4. And well, yeah, you understand what 7 is minus 6, and then 8 leads to well, minus 8. Yeah, exactly, minus 8. So what can we see here? Okay, so we have plus 8, plus 6, plus 4, plus 2, no change, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8. Those are all even numbers. And since we're starting off with an odd number of whites, this doesn't really sound right. And that intuition is completely correct. That is exactly what you should be thinking about. So our invariant in this case would be, if we denote all the white squares, the sum of all white squares as S, then our S, that is an S modulo 2 should be our invariant, because as we just proved that in any move this never changes, because we're only adding and subtracting even numbers, right? And if every square on the board should be white, then of course there should be 64 white squares, and 64 modulus 2 is 0. And because we start out with 1, therefore we can never obtain an even S, and therefore we could never obtain S to be 64, meaning everything is filled in. So yeah, that was basically the proof done. And so yeah, that was basically everything for me. Hope you liked the video, even though I sound like shit. And yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.